Are there players that you play with that could make pro teams? Obviously, there's quite a bit of just in time. They have the gun skills. I mean, obviously, you've done it in the past. Other players that you've played with, anybody come to mind that could also be on that level if they practiced enough?
I think Ocular Gumby. I think he's pretty good. He knows a lot of the head glitches, a lot of the routes, where they're coming from, and he's got good positioning and awareness most of the time. I just think like his nade placement and his observation, he honed those down a lot better. He could probably make up to a well-tiered team.
Okay, so a name that comes up a lot, Slinka. A lot of people can't stop saying what a good player he is. Is he a good player?
He is. I don't even know what to describe. I don't think words can describe what he does at times. He is the most objective-minded, most team player I've ever seen, where he goes for the win, and anyone gets in his way, they're going to get leveled.
So is it gun skill? Is it approach to the map? Is it what makes...
It's his everything, from his reaction to his skill to like his knowledge of the game, where people are going to spawn. I don't know. I call him C4 King because he's passed by everyone with that C4 in Modern Warfare 3. Really?
Well, now see when I play with you, I kind of feel that it's amazing. Sometimes it's almost overwhelming. Like I love the saying that you have on your channel, "Hit you like a freight train," because a lot of times that's your play style, right? But when you have several other players like on another team that you're playing with, like Slinka and Gumby, does it become competitive to the point where it's hard to manage, or do you guys work together as a team well? Do you have a lot of individual players, or is that ever an issue?
We do have some individual players, but overall our teamwork, our setup is like we just line people up and then have people, like I guess 3 people lined up in a specific pattern, then 3 people line up in a crisscross pattern where you can swap back and forth. And we just like cover each other. If someone goes down, we call it out. Someone from another place just swaps in, fills that spot. Person spawns, come right back in and fill that other gap.
So when I'm listening to you talk, it's interesting because to me it sounds like when you approach a game, a pub game, it's much like you approach a pro game. And I think a lot of times people troll pub players, especially the elite teams, and say, "Oh, you're head glitching, you're camping." But if you watch a pro match, it almost looks exactly like how you guys play a map. Mm-hmm. Is that your approach? We try and have like setups, like I guess like how the pros have. Like we have setups, so we're like we control the map. You have nothing. We're gonna dominate you, and that's why we play domination. Right.
Some people I've seen the pros. I've played at the level. Yeah, you do get a bit campy, and you may not move as much, but you're controlling everything. Like they have to come out of their spawn to come get you. It's basically we have 2 flags, you have 1. You got to fight for that B flag, and we're basically that wall that sits there, and you got to beat us. What you run, you could run assault, specialist, or support as long as you play to win.
That's right. Now, have you ever run into a case where you've had a teammate when you're running with these elite teams, like the murder teams and stuff, where they don't carry their weight? And how do you handle that?
Sometimes people have bad games, but generally our clan, I haven't seen, like, everyone I've seen can carry their own weight. I mean, there's times where people have not great games, but I've never seen anyone as of late who can't carry their own weight.
Yeah,
I've never lost a game or anything where I'm like, we lost because of them.
Now you have in Ill-Fated, like any other clan, you have special players. Like you have guys that are just really top tier, and you have people who are very, very good, but are more contributing players. You know, they do other things for the team. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean everybody has to have beast games. That just means that as long as they're contributing to the effectiveness of the game. So the one thing that was originally on the murder website was to avoid the weak player, that weakling. Is that really the focus of Ill-Fated now?
We kind of like do that. What we do is we have like tryouts for people where we find people off the leaderboards or whether we run into them in a lobby, where we'll allow them to run with us, and then we'll see how they do, and then instead of we used to just let people join through that, but then what we realized on Black Ops was that if you ran a Blackbird, someone gets a Blackbird, and also now they can get kills too. So we learned from our past way of choosing people, and basically we run them through clan scrims and see how they do in a competitive environment. Because anyone can do well when you have a full team playing against pubs and you're running UAV and all of that, and you can get it controlled. So
if you so you have the formula for winning in this game, right?
Yeah.
So the formula. Can you give me parts of it? Does it include just looking out for yourself or just getting kill streaks or?
It's I guess working as a team, covering each other's back, and it's a mixture of some people I'll run the UAV ballistic vest support class where I really don't care about per se, I don't need an 80 KD. I have a 4.2 on my FTJ Sunny Boy account, the main one with almost a 50 win-loss ratio. And we have people who run the Reapers. Some people just play specialists. We have a mixture of people, and no one's oh hey, you stop running assault.
I think for me, having played with you guys a couple times, it's a whole nother level of effort just to maintain pace, right? Mm-hmm. Does that ever go through your mind? You have to kind of, when you're playing with those guys, you kind of have to pick up your game just to maintain pace with your own team. Which really raises the level of the play on your whole team overall. But would you agree? I mean, they are. Yeah. Sometimes if you
when you throw in heavy weights like them, then I have to actually get out my MLG sweatpants, my hat, everything. I have to get ready.
Right.
Gotta get my Gatorade out, my energy bars.
Right. When it's when I've run with you or, a couple of the guys like that the other day, it's really, extreme conditioning has to go on everything. You have to get your go faster classes. You really have to be light. There's no stationary play, right? It's hang on, sit down, hang on, shut up. Here we go, right?
Yeah, you get killed, don't cry about it. Just call them out.
Right, exactly. No complaint. Oh, that's interesting. So...
Yeah.
A couple times in pub match. So when you're really playing a tough scrim, is that something you really guys focus on? No crying about it. No crying in Call of Duty.
Sometimes we'll have that, but then instantly, me or Gumby or someone will just tell them, "Shut up. Just worry about get back to what you're doing. Don't focus about dying. We're here to win, and that's it."
Wow, I think,
and we're trying to get rid of the whole mindset of play for KD. We're all about winning, and that's why we're trying to establish ourselves as the best domination clan. We're not trying to say we're the best kill horror. We're the best domination clan, as in dominating for a win.
I love it. I love that mentality. I think if you can get that paradigm shift, it will be unbelievably healthy in Call of Duty. It is so amazing. That could be the motto of your channel: no crying in Call of Duty, right? Just win. Yeah. That is such a refreshing perspective. Scuff controllers, kind of the new thing, new rage on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion? Is it cheating? Is it?
I really don't see it as cheating. It's just more button layout. It's just I guess more customization to your button layout. And it's if you could customize. I really don't see it as cheating. It's kind of like the headset ordeal, where you can buy better headset quality.
Really? So
I think the modded controllers that have that jitter or whatever, the things that allow you to fire 500 miles per hour bullets, whatever, that's cheating in my opinion. Just having the ability to go beyond the capacity of the game.
Okay.
Let's say you take an M14 and all of a sudden it's a fully automatic.
This is a great starter, and I want to thank you for doing this interview. And I think it's just going to bring up more questions and more excitement about the game. I think you bring a lot of refreshing perspective to the game. Can you, before I go, tell me about your channel. Give me the where I can go to find it, and your Twitter account, anything you'd like to get out there.
You can. You'll probably get that in the description. But my YouTube channel is TNN Sunny Boy, and it's SUN capital E for people. It's not SUNNY as everyone thinks it is. That's how I put my little twist to the whole idea of it. But basically, on my channel, I'll post any games, and I usually post higher scoring games. But where some games they're not absolutely perfect, and I talk about what I do in them. I have my series Inside the Mind of Sunny Boy, where I kind of took the idea from xJaws, but I sent him messages and he never replied back, so I couldn't help with it. So And I basically just tell you what I do, why I do it, and hopefully you can help. And I always tell people, like, just leave a comment, ask anything, and I'll always reply usually. And I try and post different games, like the Halo. I have backpacking scrubs where I play, try and get kills in a Team Slayer and carry the team to a victory. Gears of War, just have fun with it. And I'm just all about just having fun.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And I think your channel is destined for great things. You have not only the ability, the personality, and you have the variety that I think will really bring large audience. So, I hope you the best. I wish you the best. I think you have a bright future, especially in not only in the game, but your life. The energy you bring to life is going to serve you well.